Today I'm with someone who's got one of the best mindsets I've seen online, and probably someone who's very, very inspirational as well. So today I'm joined here with Elliot Wise. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm very well, thank you.
Lovely to have you on.
Lovely to meet you finally.
Look, as I said in the beginning of this intro, great mindset. So I will kind of want to understand, what's the mindset and approach you took to get to the positions you're in today?
The mindset that I took, ruthless, unrelenting, for tenacity, I think is probably the key to that. I think I have a mindset of you only lose if you quit. Only lose if you quit. And that is true to life. Everybody right now will be going through something. You know, everyone's got a problem, everyone's got hurdles. The difference between those that succeed and those that don't are simply the ones who don't quit. I've had that since I was literally, I can remember.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, I've built multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses. I started with web design company at 13, e-commerce, following on from that, marketing, real estate, marketing, consultancy, mentorship, aesthetics, import. I've done it all. And life very regularly gives you a massive slap. I will probably go into a few more details, but recently I've been going through a lot of shit in life. Now, businesses and finance is the best I've ever been. The hardships and the hurdles that I've got right now are also the hardest I've ever been. And you often think, am I going to quit? But the difference between those that don't and those that do is the difference between people that have got this success and those that don't. Because ultimately, in today's society, as you would have known with the amount of people you've interviewed, it's not actually that difficult to make money if you don't give up.
Yeah, that's true.
You get there, right? Yeah. And I'm even with people that aren't necessarily gifted with IQ. In fact, there's actually past a certain IQ point, there is zero correlation between IQ and wealth. So it's actually not that high. You don't have to be a smart mofo to actually become wealthy. What you've got to be is a driven, hard-working person with a great network.
Yeah, I think I've seen it as well. Hormozy says, you know, one of the stats as to why businesses fail is because it's nothing to do with the business. The business will eventually get there, so the person quits there before it gets to that point where it's successful.
What people have to remember is everyone has the motivation for 2 weeks to a month, and then the work starts, right? We then, at that point, have to stay focused on the goal when the initial novelty of that thing dissipates. It's like the gym. You start for 2 weeks, like, and every single day you're in there, then that goes, and all you're left with is the work.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone goes, oh, there's this other shiny object, there's this other business, there's this. So, how many times have you seen someone that's trying to do drop shipping, trading, real estate, crypto, all at the same time and wondering why they're getting nowhere? It's because they start for 2 weeks, they learn it, and then suddenly realize that there's actual work to do. I'll focus on that now, right?
The new shiny object is right there, let's go for it.
Yeah, so I think for me it was the ability to just not quit, because what's the alternative? I don't want a crap life. You know, I've got something to prove to myself and to others. And ultimately, I'm going to be a damn sight more painful for me to be sitting there on my sofa knowing that I've completely wasted my potential. But that being said, we do have massive slaps in life. You know, like, you can get absolutely knocked out, right? Things coming by. Like, I've had 2 events recently that have really taken the wind out of me. But you have to stand back up and move again. And that's has got me to where I am. I'm just ruthless.
I think it's a winner's mindset.
Ruthless.
It's needed.
Yeah.
It's funny because, you know, I play sports with my friends all the time. And some of them, I'll admit, are a lot better than me. And they can beat me. But I swear there's one thing that they know and I know is that I will never give up. I'll tire them out and then win. But eventually I'll get there. I think that's just a great mindset to have. But tell me, what is the alternative for you? What was it quitting? What was your life that you were trying to change?
What was it quitting? To be honest with you, I was blessed in that I came from a family of great love, attention, and care. I didn't come from money, but I was given the gift of having parents that encouraged me to follow my path and take advantage of the opportunities that I had. I was born in the southeast of England. I was given food, shelter, and the ability and belief from my parents that I had the ability to do anything.
Where did you grow up?
In Brighton, just outside of Brighton.
Okay, first.
And because of that, I felt obligated to take advantage of that because my parents gave me everything they could. And also I think that the fact that I wasn't flourished with wealth gave me a hunger. And it wasn't coming from a place of lacking. You know, we never struggled for food. I'm not one of these stories where we didn't, you know, I lived in a council house, but there was always food in the fridge. There was always dinner on the table. I was always had clothes for school. Yeah, I wasn't flushed up in designer stuff, but I was happy. I was healthy. I was a kid. I just had something to prove. And I'm not one of these kind of crazy success stories that's rags to riches. It didn't come from money, no, but I came from a loving, caring family and I was a very happy kid. And for me, that is also a place that you can want to build from. You know, having a stable foundation, and I talk about this all the time now. People seem to think that it always needs to come from a place of pain. I truly believe through my 20s while I was grafting that the hunger and tenacity that comes from being in the trenches and sacrificing everything and being in pain was the thing that can accelerate you forward. While that does work, I actually have found when I'm stable, I have a good home life, I have a solid wife, I'm healthy, I'm happy, the kids are good, I'm seeing progress, I'm actually even hungrier. I feel more stable. I feel like I want to get up every single day. I don't feel like I'm being dragged through the mud. Running away from that is one thing, but the ability to actually love and be grateful for what you've got actually has been a bigger driver and a motivator for me.
Is that because you want to be able to maintain that going forward?
I certainly wouldn't want to lose it. Don't get me wrong. We rocked up here in a Rolls Royce Phantom being driven. I have the finer things in life. That is one element of it. You know, I have a nice life. I have nice things. Great. But it's more, you've been put on this planet, you get one shot. One shot. And for me, it's about seeing how far I can go and how much impact I can have, because the progress isn't necessarily the financials. It's the quantifiable side of financials that I like because it shows growth. But ultimately, I'm a hunter. I need to wake up every single day with a purpose, and I know a lot of people that are super wealthy that have retired and give up, and then they become depressed. So for me, it's not necessarily fearing loss, it's fearing lack of progress. I want to always be moving forward because I'd rather be dead otherwise. Like I need to see something. I need to have a vision. I need to be proud of myself and what I'm doing and what I'm building. You got to build your empire.
Yeah, of course. As it stands right now, look, you're going in on socials, right? You're getting a lot of views and people picking up of who you are. So, Elliot, what is your mission statement that you want? What's the message you want to put out to your audience who are watching? For the people who are watching this right now, why is it that they should be listening to you?
There's a lot of really crappy role models out there right now, in my opinion. There is a lot of young men specifically and women who are lost. We live in a world where there is so much information and so many role models that have different opinions on things. And from what I'm gathering, people just really don't know how to act anymore. We now have people that have traditional values and try and apply that into a modern world. We have modern people trying to apply that to people that are traditional. And you've got all these younger guys, women, and even older that are going, how the fuck do I have a traditional relationship nowadays? How do I integrate the fact that women now have careers and I also have an expectation or desire to have a wife that stays at home? Or, I want to build my life and my empire and I need my partner or whatever to understand that. And also, I've got all of these negative influences on me and I'm not necessarily feeling, how do I navigate with this? I'm here to say there's a different way. I have been I've been down the red pill route. I've sacrificed health, relationships, everything for the pursuit of more money. I've been that guy. I only validated myself on the metric of month to month earning more money. And if I hadn't earned any more money, it would be, I've had a bad month. That's how I used to be. Yeah. And I suddenly realized I was chasing a forever moving goalpost. And then I was in that position of believing that I had to be in a state of hunger, lacking, sacrifice, and in pain to have the motivation and drive. I was actually scared of getting to a comfortable place because I've always been told the enemy of a great life is a good life, right? And that would ruin my motivation. Then all of a sudden I had kids. I have the most amazing, beautiful wife on the planet. And I started to build a solid foundation of what I class as the 5 pillars. And I suddenly realized all this pursuit of wealth was damaging the thing that I tried to create wealth for in the first place, which was my mindset, was my freedom, was my health, was my relationships. I was burning all of that for more money. And then I took the approach of, well, actually, you can have the Lamborghinis, you can have the mansions, you can have the nice lifestyle, you can have an amazing wife, health, fitness, everything, and use the money as a catalyst to fuel that. And my mission now is getting people to understand how to be really a modern day gentleman and lady in a world where there is so much confusion, and take traditional values but also understand that we now live in a modern world, and help people understand and navigate that from someone that's been there and done it, and hopefully be a good role model. Because hopefully people will see that I've achieved those things in spite of what we're being told, that it's like proper red pill, like fucking screw everyone else, do whatever you need to, tread on whoever you need to get to where you want to be. Don't need to worry about your partner, in my opinion the most important person on the planet you're with. Don't need to treat you with respect, they should be compliant, yada yada. I don't believe in any of that crap. And what's happened up until now is there's not really been a good alternative of someone's actually achieved success. Because it's all well and good someone sitting there saying don't do all these things but hasn't achieved anything financial. Because yeah, I'm a big believer in earning more money. You know, I love materialistic stuff, but I also understand how valuable those other pillars are in your life.
Yeah.